Welcome to Bob Cargill's Marketing Show, a ridiculously awesome podcast bursting with insightful commentaries and intriguing conversations on the topics and issues that are on the minds of marketers, advertisers, social media, and PR professionals today.
Hey, everybody, how are you? This is Bob Cargill, and this is Bob Cargill's Marketing Show, my podcast. Yes, Bob Cargill's Marketing Show, episode 207. And we are recording this from my home office here in Sudbury, Massachusetts, a beautiful Monday, March 9, 2026. And snow is on the ground, like 1.5 feet or so. But guess what? The temps are over 60 degrees. People are walking by the front of my house like it's a spring day. It's almost spring. It looks like a winter day, but if you go outside, it feels like a spring day. What could be better? Spring is on the way. Brighter days are ahead, and I can't wait. And if you live in the New England area, you know what I'm talking about. It's been a long, cold winter, but I'm looking forward to spring. And today is a good preview. Today, is episode 207 of Bob Cargill's Marketing Show. And this is my new Elgato Wave mic. And honestly, it sounds better than any mic I've had in the past. And I have you, Ben, my youngest son, Ben, 26 years old, thoughtful gift he presented to me recently. He said, "Dad, you deserve a new mic." And yeah, it's long overdue, Ben. So thank you. You are so thoughtful and generous. And my audience probably appreciates it after all this time, saying, yeah, your voice was a little gravelly and there was some distortion here and there from time to time. No longer. This is an Elgato Wave mic, and it sounded perfect to me in the testing. So yeah, it's been a little while since I have recorded a podcast, and that's because I've been so busy. Believe it or not, it was last year since the last one I recorded in December, but I have been a guest on one since, and I certainly have been very busy in many regards, working on many different endeavors, initiatives, etc., projects, work, personal, professional, running. We'll talk about all of that in just a minute, or should I say over the course of the next few minutes. We'll talk for 20 to 30 minutes or so. I have a hard stop at 3:30, and it is 3 o'clock now. So hard stop is a call with my mentee, Valentina, who is a ridiculously awesome student at Holt International Business School. I am a mentor in this program over there. Very happy and very honored to be a mentor in this program over there. And Valentina and I are going to have a great talk later on, as we have had so many great talks lately. She is ridiculously awesome, wicked smart. Yes, you are, Valentina. Let me talk a little bit about my teaching. Is at Suffolk University this semester and Northeastern. And Suffolk, it's business communications, and 2 classes, one course, if you will, 2 sections of the same course, 30 students in each class, freshmen mostly, but some sophomores, and I think maybe a few juniors, not sure on that, but mostly freshmen and a few sophomores. And they are, yes, wicked, smart, ridiculously awesome. They are rock stars. They know. All my students know. You know, if you listen to me, if you've seen me on social, that you are a rock star, that I like to say that. I like to have the people around me feel good about themselves, okay? Because it's important to feel good about ourselves. Life is easier when we feel good about ourselves. So I want you to feel good about yourself. You are a rock star. Yes, that is true in my mind. And so, yeah, teaching at Suffolk, keeping busy there, and teaching at Northeastern, a course in social media with grad students over at Northeastern. The students keep me on my toes, and I love teaching. It happened starting 7 or 8 years ago. Left my full-time corporate world career, if you will, in the spring of 17. So what? That's 9 years ago. And you know what? It was almost around this time. I think it was at the end of February. Geez, this early March. It was this time that 9 years ago, who knew? I didn't plan this. 9 years ago, I said I would like to contract and freelance, and teaching was on my mind, but I didn't think it would happen so fast. So I did contract, I did freelance. I have been a copywriter and creative director and social media director my whole with regard to working in the corporate world, mostly at agencies, but a little bit on the client side. But again, spring 17, I went solo and had some gigs, freelanced contracted, but then teaching happened. And one teaching job led to another, and I couldn't be more grateful for those who have hired me over the years. I have taught at Northeastern a lot, 4 years or so, at Suffolk, 7 years. I think I'm into my 7th year now, and Mass College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, that's like 7 years or so. Again, this is all part-time as an adjunct professor. 1 semester at Fisher College as well. That was just last spring, and I'm hopeful that that will reoccur in the future. Great school is Fisher College. All the schools are great, and I'm so lucky. All the people who have hired me have been so supportive, and I'm grateful to each and every one of you. So yeah, I keep busy, the mentoring, the teaching, and how can I forget celebrating my mom's 95th birthday? That was just last weekend, February 28th. Mom, happy birthday. We wished you happy birthday all last weekend, and it was such a nice party. We held a surprise party for my mom, who turned 95 on February 28th last Saturday, then went to church the next day where my sister Kathy played the organ. But yeah, great weekend last weekend celebrating my mom's birthday. And the other thing that's been going on is my running. And I'm not running the Boston Marathon this year. I've run 20 Boston Marathons, 17 for charity, and 11 of those times for charity was for Christmas Haven. And that's a ridiculously nonprofit, ridiculously awesome nonprofit organization in Boston that provides housing for families whose children are undergoing cancer treatment, and in Boston hospitals nearby. And I am running a marathon, not the Boston, but a marathon in Boston. I am running for Christmas Haven again. And the marathon I'm running is called the 26-Point True Marathon. And it's in Boston on Saturday, April 18, and I am running my 12th marathon for Christopher's Haven. So it's not the Boston Marathon, it's a marathon in Boston. It's 26.2 miles. The name of the marathon is the 26-Point True Marathon. And I'm running for Christopher's Haven the 12th time. I will be going the 26.2 mile distance, raising funds for this ridiculously awesome nonprofit organization, Christopher's Haven in Boston. I have so much to be thankful for. The teaching, the running, my family, you, my students, my neighbors. I could go on, and I will go on for a few more minutes, but I don't want to go on too much longer in that direction. Let's talk about Bob Cargill's marketing show, and specifically add the word road to marketing show. So it's Marketing Road Show. Yes, that's what we're doing. That's what I'm focusing on. That's what's been keeping me busy. In addition to everything else, the last few months, we are preparing for the 3rd Bob Cargill's Marketing Road Show. You see the 2 signs for the first one there, the second one there, 2019, 2024, now in 2026. We will have the 3rd version, 3rd edition, 3rd time going round as Bob Cargill's Marketing Roadshow. We're going to have it at Holt International Business School. It's all set. It's on Eventbrite. Tickets are on sale now. And we're expecting 150-ish people, some students, some professionals, all great human beings, many speakers. I could tell you all the speakers, but it would take me a long time, and there's lots of names, but I can tell you, I'm looking at Eventbrite on my left-hand monitor. We start on Friday, April 10th at Holt International Business School in Cambridge. We start at 9 a.m. and we go until 8 p.m. In those last 2 hours, 6 to 8 p.m. is an after party. So presentations between, and in the first hour is check-in and networking. So let's say presentations between 10 and 6 p.m., hour in the morning to get situated, and 2 hours in the evening to chill, to celebrate. And it's going to be a party. Okay. That's all I can say. The tickets are extremely reasonably priced. Guarantee you will get more than a bang for your buck. You'll get many bangs for your buck, and you'll get food, you'll get entertainment, and you're going to get some amazing speakers. I lead things off with the theme keynote of the event, The Business of Being Human. And that's the title of the event, The Business of Being Human. Now I'm looking at my right-hand monitor, connecting, elevating, transforming. And I'm going to talk all about the importance of showing your human side in marketing, on social media, especially in this AI day and age. And I'm going to look at examples of who I think is doing it well, who not so much, might not be doing it so well in terms of brands and businesses and maybe some individuals. And I'm going to talk about some articles and some research and some of my own observations and share a lot of lessons. But yeah, one thing in particular I'm going to focus on is main character syndrome. Look that up. It can be not so good a thing, but I'm going to talk about how to embrace that. And that is, you are the main character in your story, and you need to be out there telling your story, okay? Lifting others up. So not being so, quote, self-centered that you're not thinking of others. So your personal brand is you as the main character in the story, but the story involves everybody in your world and maybe even complete strangers. And you document that story. You document your journey step by step, day in and day out, sharing that on social media. The more people see you on social, the more they will get to know you and like you and respect you. And yeah, when it all comes down to it, business, that is what I'm talking about for professional reasons using social media. They will do business with you because they will have gotten to know you. And that's a parasocial relationship. That's trust. We're living in the post-trust era. So if you're on social and not using AI to automate everything and not at all using all technology to just put yourselves out there in place of you as the human being, your own voice, your own presence as often as possible. People see you, they hear from you, and they get to know you. And the more they know you, the more likely they will be to do business if you have something to offer them that they are interested in. Okay, I think that's my quick summary, my low key, actually very high energy, right? Summary of the event. You have to have that digital habitus in order to compete successfully, certainly if you're in marketing, AI, PR, advertising, communications, business communications. But yeah, there's a happy medium. So how do we strike that happy medium? Come to my talk. Come to my talk where I will be talking about the business of being human. I think human touch is missing in a lot of business communications and how people, frankly, communicate in real life. The human touch means empathy, thinking of others. The human touch means sharing. Sharing is caring. Sharing with others, whether you're online or in person. Trust is critical. We're in the post-trust era where it's hard to trust anybody, especially businesses and brands, especially what we see on TV, listen to on the radio, see on social media. So much fake news, so much AI-generated content. Most people don't know what's true or false, what's right or wrong. It's hard to tell the difference in this day and age. So many people are lying. I hate to say it. So many people are stretching the truth. I hate to make that claim, make that charge towards those people, but it's true. Okay. And we need to be more honest as a society and certainly as marketers and have more integrity and earn more trust. And that's putting our human selves first and foremost. And frankly, remember, the main character syndrome, that also comes with lifting others up, which helps your own personal brand. So what I'm trying to say is the world revolves around you, yes, but the world revolves around everyone around you. Make them feel that way. Make them feel like a rock star. If you feel like a rock star, life is easier for you. And anyone who makes you feel like a rock star, you're going to like them and they're going to become your friend. And eventually that leads to a mutually advantageous, mutually beneficial relationship. Okay, let me talk a little bit more about the Roadshow and get through a little bit more about my presentation. And then we're going to segue quickly. And this is not going to be an awfully long podcast episode. This is going to be about half an hour because I mentioned to you, I have that hard stop. So a new form of communications, basically our public and private lives are blurred. Okay, I've known that since the emergence of social media. I've known that because of how much time I've committed to social. And I wrote an article years ago, Sleepless in Social or on Social, having fun with the name of the movie, Sleepless in Seattle, Sleepless in Social Media. It adds hours to your day. And does up here create like this double life, and things that we're used to online, we start expecting in real life, like instant gratification, and we have a little less patience, and we expect everything immediately, real time. Okay, I could have done this live. That's real time, and you know what I mean when we're talking to each other in real time. This you listen to watching will be asynchronous. Recording it now, not live. You listening to it, watching it later, that's asynchronous. But we are so used to things happening in real time now, thanks to online news breaking all day, all hours of the day, 24/7. We get the news. We are now connected to 1,500, 2,000, 3,000, 30,000, 300,000, 3 million, 30 million, 300 million. Friends, contacts, fans, followers, depending on who you are. Big celebrities, the higher numbers are obviously, but all of us now, the definition of friend has broadened, has expanded, has loosened, is much more general. So we can have friends on the other side of the world who we've never met, who help us, who we work with, who are our friends, who we do things for, who we support. Okay, they are rock stars. They treat you like a rock star. The definition of who a friend is has changed, has expanded, has exponentially increased, has become magnified, because the world has shrunk thanks to technology, thanks to social media. And how we communicate, there's no excuses not to be able to communicate with anyone, anywhere, in real time, or, as I mentioned, asynchronously. Okay? So we, as business professionals, have to be mindful of that. And we, as business professionals, have to take advantage of that. And again, within reason. Because if we take advantage of it at the expense of who we are as individuals, as human beings, we then could become obsolete, if you will, replaced, if you will, by robots and chatbots. There's a site now on, I haven't used it, so I can't speak from experience, just that I've read about it. I think it's Moltbook, where you send your agent to talk to other people's agents. So chatbots, talking to chatbots, not you talking to me, but my chatbot talking to your chatbot. That's like, back in the old days in Hollywood, have your people talk to my people. But this isn't even people. This is chatbots. Imagine, as they say, what could go wrong? A lot could go wrong, okay? And that's the whole thing with technology, that we have to be mindful that if we overuse it, if we don't have guardrails, if we don't have regulations, if we don't have laws, if we forget about ethics, if people are breaking the law, stretching the truth, in fact, even lying, okay? Manipulating, faking, fooling, chicanery, deception. I could go on. If all of that is normalized, that won't be good. We need to take care of our own property, take care of ourselves and those around us, be mindful of regulating that which we have at our disposal now, thanks to all this technology. Use it with caution, with care. Use it with great responsibility, with the authority to use it. With the privilege comes this responsibility. And that's for those around us and on behalf of ourselves. Let's take care of each other. I saw back before technology, with all the direct mail I did, somewhere up there behind me. You can't see it. There's an article up there that says Framingham's junk mail king. That he likes to write the mail we hate to get. That was what I did before the internet. I was a direct mail copywriter, creative director, and what I'm saying, not me, but there were people in the direct mail business that ruined it by sending junk mail. Okay, mail that's unwanted. And what's the equivalent with regard to email? That's spam, right? And what's the equivalent with regard to AI? That's fake news, right? That's when we can't tell if something's real or not. And we don't want that. We want to have the best of both worlds. We want to have all this technology, all these tools. We want to be having our superpowers enabled both within ourselves and thanks to technology and tools. But at the same time, we want to be Walter Cronkite. Who is Walter Cronkite? Young people may not know. People my age should know. Walter Cronkite was an announcer, broadcast, network TV, commentator, America's most trusted man in America. That was his nickname. Yeah, because he delivered the news and everyone watched. Back in my mom's day, and when I was a kid, my mom, who just turned 95 on February 28th, last weekend. Back in my mom's day, you read newspapers and believed every word you read. You could believe every word you read. Back in my mom's day, you watched the TV news, network news. There were probably only 3 or 4 or 5 channels on TV. You watched that news and same, you believed it. No one was exaggerating. No one was manipulating. No one certainly was lying. No. And there was no internet. And when the internet came around, it made everybody publishers, everybody broadcasters, everybody could be their own news station or opinion leader, thought leader, content creator. Now, that's a good thing. I have a blog. I have a YouTube channel. I have my podcast. We all can now do what Walter Cronkite did back in the day. We can all deliver the news. We can all share our opinions. We can all document our journeys day in and day out, like documentarians, and share it with the world. But again, with that authority comes responsibility. Those of us who are leaders, who are, say, teachers, who are executives, who are experts, we who all the people who are tapping into the tools and technologies that take our powers and turn them into superpowers, we all have to manage ourselves. We have to take care. Okay, we have to clean up our own kitchen. We have to put the dishes away. We have to be mindful of what kind of food we're serving. We buying the groceries, we're making the food. We better be buying the right groceries, and we better be cooking that food properly, and we better be serving a healthy diet of information, of content to our audience members, or we will lose their trust. Like you get a bad meal at a restaurant, you don't go there again. Yeah, I'm trying to make everybody around me informed, smart, and conscious, self-conscious in how they use tools, how they use AI, how they use social media, how they communicate. Those who don't like it, well, you can ignore it, but ignore it at your own peril. Because again, in business, it all over the place. It's ubiquitous. That was the word I was looking for. You can't ignore it. Okay. You need to take advantage of it. Use it responsibly. If you don't want to use it in your personal life, we all need to take a break. We all need to unplug. That's good. That's healthy. But again, know that you have to have probably, in most cases, in order to succeed in life, personally, professionally, you have to have a certain expertise, knowledge of, capability to use all these digital technologies and tools so that on the internet, so that I got my phone up here. I was going to hold it in my hand. We all have the smartphone nowadays. So, the phones we use, the computers we use, the microphones we speak into, the cameras that are on us. We need to put ourselves in front of our publics responsibly and honestly and ethically, absolutely effectively, no matter what it is we do, no matter who we are. But we have to be mindful of our responsibility to one another, to humankind, to our neighbors, our friends, our teammates, our colleagues, our family, our friends, even complete strangers. I think you get it. And that's actually the gist of my presentation on Friday, April 10. I'm going to wind down, guys. Friday, April 10 at Bob Cargill's Marketing Roadshow at Halt International Business School from 9 to 8. Tickets are on sale. Eventbrite. I hope to see you there. I am going to say bye-bye. Bye-bye. In just a minute, I'm going to wind down. I want to thank you for listening. I want to thank you for watching. I appreciate you. You are a rock star. Don't you ever forget it. I say that because I want you to feel good about yourself. I say that because we all should feel good about ourselves. Imagine what it feels like to be a rock star on stage, everybody cheering for you, standing ovations, applauding, hooting and hollering, dancing to your music, singing the lyrics. They know every note, every word of your songs. They buy your merch. They stream your music. They love you. They adore you because you are a rock star. So think about that. You are a rock star. It's a state of mind. And we should all believe in ourselves. And there's not all that much difference between ourselves and actual rock stars. Sure, they're talented. Okay. Some of them are gifted. Some of them work real hard. I would say all of them work real hard. Most of them are gifted. All of them, if you're a rock star, I would say feel good about themselves on stage because everybody's cheering for them. Imagine what that must feel like. I want you to feel like that wherever you go, whoever you are, whatever you do. So I'm going to say it on the count of 3, and you can say it along with me. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. You are a rock star. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Talk to you again soon.